Welcome back to Black Overland. My name is Liam. In my last video I was installing a 12 volt water pump in my trailer. I managed to do all the plumbing. In this video I'm going to be hooking up the wiring to the control panel. You can get these nifty switches pretty much anywhere nowadays. This is a water pump specific rocker switch. It's going to be installed in my control panel, which I made a few months ago. You can check out one of my previous videos on how I made this. In order to cut a hole here, I'm going to need to take off all the switches and disconnect all the wiring though, so I can take this whole panel off. At the back of the control panel, I have my wiring box here. And these are the switches that are wired to my fuse box. So I just need to disconnect these. So I've taken the control panel off and you can see some of these switches actually move around. And if you see, some of them actually have a slight damage to them. So I've just taken the liberty of buying all new switches. I'm going to replace them all so that I know that they're nice and tight in there. So here's the water pump switch, and that's going to fit here. So it's going to take all these off and then cut out a hole for this to fit in. The step bit's gotten rid of all of this material inside here. Now I just need to get in here with my jigsaw. So what I've done is I've just clamped it down to the bench so that it doesn't move around at all, and I have full control of the jigsaw around the cut here. From the pump we've got two wires, a negative and a positive. I'm going to just put the negative straight into the chassis. It'll be earthed right here. There's a nice stainless steel bolt directly underneath the pump. So that's pretty much the easiest connection and the most secure connection I can make. For the positive, I'm going to then run it through the bulkhead here. There is a grommet where the rest of the cables go through, and that will go through to the main section of the trailer. I could drill extra holes and put a little grommets in there, but really I prefer to not have to make any further holes than there already are. So I'm going to use the existing grommet straight through there. Just put a little ring terminal on, and then a little bit of black heat shrink there to keep it protected and stiff. And now I can just bolt that straight down to the chassis. This is the rocker switch that I've chosen to use. It's a water pump specific switch, rocker switch, and it has 5 terminals on the back. The reason it's got 5 is because it has a standby light and an in-use light. So it needs to be connected to a permanent positive and a negative for the standby setting, and then your normal positive and negatives to power the actual accessory. So on the back here, these are the 5 pins. Just done a little rough wiring diagram. So this pin here, the top left, is an earth. The one next to it is also an earth. So those are 2 earth points. Then on your bottom right, we've got another positive, which is this one here. And that's a permanent positive, or if you're hooking it up inside your car or a vehicle, you can also connect that to the ignition, so that when the ignition switches on, the light automatically comes on. On the left hand side, below the other earth, we've got a feed from the positive battery that goes in here, and then your actual accessory then gets mounted bottom left. So that's positive in and that's positive out, and these two here power the permanent LED standby lights. This side here powers the actual operation of the accessory. Let me start with the 2 negative terminals, the earths. Now on the wiring diagram, there's the 2 top terminals of the switch are both earths. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a couple of little looms. The first one I'm going to do is take two black wires. It's easier then for me to remember what's positive and negative. Crimp that to one single terminal together, and then I'll put two female terminals on the other side that will then clip both into the back of the switch. This is the negative, which has got one ring terminal and then two males on the other side, and I have crimped and heat shrunk that. I've got a short one with two males on either side, and then a longer one with one male and then a ring on the other side, and I have just heat shrunk them all to give them a little bit of extra rigidity and strength going forward. This is the control panel with all the switches mounted. I decided to spray it matte black because the stainless steel is just a little bit garish. So now I just need to install it back in the kitchen. So I'm so stoked with the way this has come out. The quality of this pump seems really good, and it's creating really impressive amounts of pressure for such a small pump. So I don't foresee any problems with pressure to the shower, which I'm actually going to be installing next week. So if you'd like to see that video, make sure you've subscribed to the channel and even hit the bell, so that way you get a notification whenever a new video comes out. In the next few weeks, now that we're out of lockdown, we can get out into the bush and test this whole setup in this natural environment, which I'm really looking forward to. Until then, thanks for watching. Please give me any comments below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time on Black Overland. Cheers.